understanding their feelings and perspectives, and using that understanding to guide your actions. Our focus here is about using the understanding to guide your actions portion of this quote. So I say to you, why not now? If not now, when? There are 5 types of bystanders when we talk about bullying. The first kind are the assistants who actually help the bully. They join in on the bullying. The second kind are the reinforcers who provide support to the bullying. The third kind of bystanders are the outsiders. They stay away and do not take any side. They act as if they are Switzerland. They're neutral, providing the bully with silent approval. That's important, because if you don't say anything, then you're approving that action. Your silence speaks volumes. Then you have the passive defenders. They don't like to get involved, they don't like to cause trouble, but they don't like the bullying. They don't like what they're doing. But they also remain silent. And then you have the diamond in the rough. You have the defender. This is a person who comforts the victim, who stands by the victim, who stands next to the victim, who actively tries to stop the bullying. Which type of bystander are you currently? Out of all of those that I said, who were you in all of those moments from yesterday to when you were a child? What type of bystander were you? And if you were not the defender, I can understand. It's scary to take a stand. But if you don't, then who will? Knowledge empowers. I believe that firmly as an educator. So learn how to be the defender. We've got flyers that are going to teach you that are by the mask section. Please feel free to do that. So one of the places that I think that you can start is when someone says, I'm not a racist, but it's time for you to say, shh, shh. Nothing good comes after that. So don't say it, and don't allow others to say it either. Again, I ask you, if not you, then who? I mean, yesterday night, I was crying. It broke my heart. John Lewis died. And he answered the call. He said, it's me. I'm going to do this. And all those people that were with him said, me. If not you, then who? So here are some ways that you can defend someone, whether it's in a classroom, or it's at your work, or it's in your family barbecues, because you know that happens, right? So where can you be the defender? Everywhere. First, pay attention. Listen to what's being said around you. We are a world of multitaskers. We try to do 50 million things at the same time. I am guilty of that too. And sometimes we really truly don't hear what is around us and what people are saying around us. Listen. Identify the problem. Notice what they're saying. I want you to remember and center yourself. This is like a Zen moment, right? Don't focus on the peer pressure, the societal pressures that want you to be silent, because your silence, again, speaks volumes. I want you to question the bullying behavior. Question the racist comments. Because if you do that, sometimes that is enough to stop the behavior. That is enough. Because most people who say those things do not have that courage to continue. Redirect the conversation. If you don't want to completely stand and say, why are you saying this? Instead, if you want to just redirect the conversation, redirect it. Talk about something else. Change the conversation. However, make sure that the person who is being bullied knows that you're there for them. Stand by the person who's being bullied. There is unity. There's power there. Stand next to them. Sit next to them. So all of you young kids out there today, if you hear these things, maybe you should sit next to them in the cafeteria for lunch. Maybe you should consider, I don't know, asking them to come over for a, game night or something like that. Obviously, social distancing, protection, considering the situation right now. The most important thing here is that you need to reach out to the person who's been bullied. Because oftentimes, I want you to think about your thoughts and your experiences when you were bullied, when you were silenced. We often feel alone. We feel isolated. We feel like we are in an island. Don't let that person feel that way. Make sure you go and talk to them privately. Make sure you let them know that you are there for them. Let them know that they are not alone. And don't forget to take care of yourselves. Self-care is very, very important, because if we can't take care of ourselves, then we can't take care of the people around us. So that's very important, especially in these very stressful and difficult times. I can't tell you how often I've reached to the phone and texted friends and family as I was organizing this with Brooke and Brandon and everyone else. Be a defender, even when the person is not present, because your silence again speaks volumes. So if there is not a person of color, if there is not a African American person there, or a black person, or a Latino, or an Indian person, if they're not there and someone says something about them or their community, you need to speak up, because if you don't say anything, you're saying it's okay, that you agree with them, that you are approving what they are saying. And again, your silence speaks volumes. I want you to think about a time where you had a defender. Isn't that what they did for you? Stand next to you, hold your hand, hug you, told you you were there, they were there for you, made you feel not alone. And that's what you need to do after today. John Lewis said, if you see something that is not right, not fair, not just, you have a moral obligation to do something about it. You cannot choose inaction. I want to leave you with a few quotes here. Through my education, because I forever continue to learn, I'm learning a lot more about James Baldwin. It's a shame that I didn't know about him before. He had a speech that he did at Cambridge, and this is what he said. It comes as a great shock around the age of 5 or 6 or 7 to discover that the country to which you have pledged allegiance, along with everyone else, has not pledged allegiance to you. It comes as a great shock to discover the country which is your birthplace and to which you owe your life and your identity has not, in its whole system of reality, evolved any place for you. The disaffection, the demoralization, and the gap between one person and another, only on the basis of the color of their skin, begins there and accelerates through a whole lifetime. By the time you are 30, you have been through a certain kind of